G'day viewers, we're watching the time lapse of West Coast Main Line, Preston to Carlisle in Train Sim World 5 from Just Trains. I'm going to read you their development update now. As usual, I read these to improve the accessibility of the information and get it out to more folks like you. So while we watch the time lapse, I'll be looking over here, reading this for you. So, West Coast Main Line, Preston to Carlisle, follows on from the highly acclaimed Blackpool branches. For a change, that claim's actually right. It's full speed north. This route departs from the city of Preston and runs through detailed and highly immersive scenery through Penrith to Carlisle. Along with the option to drive the unelectrified Morecambe branch, this gives you a total of over 100 miles to drive. Set in the late 1980s, the route features the electrified core of the West Coast Main Line from Preston to Carlisle. However, you can operate DMU, that's diesel multiple unit services, on the Morecambe Promenade branch to the seaside. We have also extended the main line north from Carlisle Citadel Station to Kingmore Yard and Depot. Developed with period route maps and accurate elevation data, the route boasts a wide variety of iconic signal box designs and an interesting mix of conventional UK colour light and upper quadrant semaphore signalling in conjunction with electrified and non-electrified dual line operations. The route includes 8 detailed stations, all with a plethora of period correct clutter and signage to provide the correct mid-1980s atmosphere. A great variety of route-specific custom assets such as bridges, buildings and trackside features provide a highly immersive environment and ensure the route is fully recognisable to those who are familiar with it. The signal boxes at Morecambe, Bear Lane, Hestbank, Sellside, Carnforth Steamtown, Carnforth F&M and Carnforth Station Junction have accurately modelled interiors from which you can watch the various services drive past. That's cool. As with Blackpool branches, there is a wealth of content for you to enjoy. The feature loco is the iconic and complex BR Class 87/0 along with the BR Mark 3A coaches, FFA and FGA container flats and BBA steel wagons. The Class 87/0 locomotive is 110 mph rated and provided power for the main services between London, Euston and Glasgow during the 1980s. It will look right at home as it storms through Lune Gorge and onwards to the summit of Shap. Included with the route are tutorials which cover basic operations of the Class 87/0, the Class 08, Class 101 and Class 47/4, 5 scenarios, a set of collectibles placed in many locations for you to find, 2 mastery challenges, 3 achievements to gain and 24-hour journeys mode. You can also layer in other compatible content that you own in Train Sim World, making West Coast Main Line Preston Carlisle a unique driving experience and true visual beat. So let's get into the development update that's just come out. Welcome to the next development update featuring our West Coast Main Line Preston to Carlisle route for Train Sim World 5. In this route, we've authentically recreated the 1986-87 timetable using the correct working timetable and photographs of said services to provide a realistic experience as possible, including formations and train lengths accurate as close as possible to that of the real trains. Electric Dreams. Most of the passenger services on the Preston to Carlisle section of the West Coast Main Line were formed by electric locomotives, which were either on the London to Scotland expresses or cross-country diagrams which came from all around England and Wales going on towards Scotland. The trains from London Euston used more modern Mark 3A coaching stock as they were capable of higher speeds, 110 mph when combined with the Class 87 and Mark 1 NHA, whereas the cross-country diagrams instead used Mark 2s, which were limited to a 100 mph maximum. Chop and change. Both Carlisle and Preston feature numerous locomotive changes throughout the day, from diesel to electric traction and vice versa, with some diagrams requiring the station pilots to help facilitate a locomotive change. All locomotive changes only require the included Class 47, but for added variety, if the player owns any of the below packs, these locomotives will also be able to spawn. Northern Trains Pennine Manchester Leeds route add-on, the Class 45/1, BR Heavy Freight Pack add-on, Class 40, B, BR Class 31 Loco add-on. Don't trip. Carlisle was well known for its inner workings between multiple industries. Let's run that again. Between multiple industries and Carlisle Kingmore marshalling yard. For players who own the appropriate wagons, you'll be able to shunt to your heart's delight, taking wagons from Kingmore Yard to various locations around Carlisle using the Class 08 shunter. For players to be able to drive these diagrams, you'll require all these add-ons. Tees Valley Line, Darlington to Saltburn by the Sea route. West Cornwall Local, Penzance to St Austell and St Ives route. Spirit of Steam, Liverpool Lime Street Crew route. Northern Trans Pennine, Manchester Leeds route. Blackpool Branches, Preston and Blackpool and Ormskirk route. BR Heavy Freight Pack, BR Class 31 Loco, BR Class 20 Loco. Gearing up. The only station on this route which sees no DMU services is Penrith, as it is only served by intercity and cross-country traffic, but the rest of the route is a hive of activity for them. From Preston, you'll be able to drive as far north as Carnforth with DMUs, whilst Lancaster is a constant hive of activity with the Class 142, seen regularly alongside the Class 101 on Leeds and Morecambe workings. All DMU diagrams are playable by the player without any additional stock, but to be able to use the Class 142 you will require Blackpool Branches, Preston, Blackpool and Ormskirk route. Heavy loads! At night and during quieter periods, the West Coast Main Line carried a high quantity of non-passenger traffic which varied from intermodal and mail trains to heavy steel and limestone trains which provide a real challenge climbing up the gradient to Shap. Intermodal and trains hauling steel wagons are included in the route, but for other services like limestone, coal and Speedlink you'll require these add-ons to get the full experience. Tees Valley Darlington, Saltburn by the Sea, West Cornwall Local, Northern Trans Pennine, Blackpool Branches, BR Heavy Freight, BR Class 31, BR Class 20. Getting steamy. To enhance the experience even further, we've added several rail tours and additional excursions running on the route featuring a variety of traction including both steam and diesel. One such highlight includes the Midday Scot, which is hauled by an LMS Jubilee from Preston to Carlisle, which is a challenge, especially in the wet. AI services. The route features a ton of AI services only along the route, from DMUs going to and from Blackpool to the locomotive haul diagrams coming into the bay platforms at Carlisle. These diagrams needed to be shunt released by the station pilot so the train loco could change ends. Below is a time-lapse video set at about 1 AM, how much went on during the night with locomotive changes, coach swapping and general shunting of locomotives. The screenshots are all taken from various services in the timetable. So if I bring over the screenshots, let's have a look at these. It's an electric locomotive hauling some cars, so I'm guessing that's the Class 87. Intercity coaches, Class 47 and some Mark IIs, an 08 and a tanker wagon, little shorty, bouncy bus, another Class 08 and some more wagons, and that's it. So that's looking quite impressive. So no release date announced yet, but that's looking pretty good. So I'm guessing maybe not that far away. Stay tuned. I don't know. We'll see, won't we? Alrighty, have fun, folks. See you later. I reckon this will be cool. Looks cool. Anyway, bye.
We played a game.